Right. That's another interesting week of Six Nations. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, England versus Ireland. I can't remember the last time I've seen a poor England side at home. But nevertheless, Ireland kick-started their defence of a Triple Crown with a dominant display over England. I was looking at the results at half time and I thought to myself, yeah, that should just about fizzle out any faint hopes of a title for England. And lo and behold, at full time, Ireland did not let up at all. I'd like to say the word crushed England. Can I say that? Yeah, I'm saying it. Ireland crushed England to begin their defence of Triple Crown and maintain their hopes of the Six Nations title. I think it's maybe faint though, because I have it in mind that France may score a lot of tries against Italy, but Italy are doing well themselves. But we shall see how that one goes. I mean, with England losing to Ireland, where do they go from here? I mean, last time out they lost the Calcutta Cup, and then this time they've seen their Six Nations title hopes go up in smoke. So where do they go from here? Because again, this hasn't been a very good campaign for England. And just to add a few more things, this is the first time that Ireland have scored like 40 plus versus England since 2007, and it's the second most points scored between the sides since 2000. Yeah, just some facts I thought I'd throw out there. But what are your thoughts on the game? Can Ireland still win Six Nations? And where do England go from here? Right. Next up, Wales versus Scotland. Now, Wales opened their accounts with two heavy defeats at the hands of England and France. So I thought that this game would be even worse, but Wales showed massive improvements in front of a home crowd rather, but yet they still came up just short against a gallant Scotland side. I did say that I expected Wales. Well, I didn't actually say, but I implied that I expected Wales to lose heavily, but given they were playing at home, the Murrayfield, I mean, the Principality crowd got behind them, and that's something Wales needed to have, the home crowd behind them, especially during this difficult period they're going through. But like I just said, ultimately Scotland came out on top and are now just one win away from a first Triple Crown since 1990. That is a really long time for Scotland. Now, how many years is that? Like what? 36 years? Bloody hell. And with that win, Scotland are still in the mix to win their first ever Six Nations title. Can they do it? Also, what other positives are there for Wales? Okay, they are now 0 from 3 and are still searching for their first Six Nations win since 2023. But what other positives can Wales take from this match, and what positives can they take going forward? Finally, France versus Italy. That match, you know what? I enjoyed the first half more than I did the second half. First half, France showed why they are front runners to win the Six Nations with their 3 tries. As for the second half, that was a rather turgid display, and Italy were very much in it up until the 70th minute, where Lewis Linar got himself sin binned. But yeah, and from then on, France found their bonus point try, and then they scored another. And that's what happens when you have the man advantage. Going into the game, there was an aura that Italy could actually beat France, given their first 2 games. And for me, this was the most anticipated game between the sides in years. That's the way I saw it, as I believed Italy could actually go toe-to-toe with France, which they did for large parts of the game. And sticking with Italy, they did have spells, but they just couldn't compete in certain areas of the game. And despite conceding 3 tries in the first half, they remained positive, which I saw was a great attitude within the side. Now, I did say that Italy could beat France, but that became clear when France scored their 3rd try. But Italy weren't out of it by any means, as they did score a try themselves in the first half, but that came as a result of a France mistake. But there were plenty of positives, though, weren't there, for Italy? Especially looking into the second half, where not a lot happened. Italy kept themselves within the game, rather, which is something I liked. Like, in previous years, we'd all expect Italy to go down, but Italy never did go down. They kept going and cancelling out France each time, which for me is another positive Italy can take going forward. So that win puts France a step closer to achieving back-to-back titles for the first time, or at least I think. Have France achieved back-to-back titles before? If they have, then please let me know. I'm not sure. But what needs to be studied is the rebirth of France. France are going towards their 3rd title in this decade. And if I remember something, before 2022, their last title was 2010. And I think to myself, like, how have France returned to the summit of rugby? That's something that deserves to be spoken of. But I'd like to pass the question to you. How have France returned to a summit of rugby? Because we've seen at previous tournaments, they have competed but have struggled to win the title. But the turn of the 2020s has seen France move up a gear. on the world stage. Just one more question. Was it just me, or were Italy scrums being overpraised by pundits? Like, other teams have good scrums as well, but why limit that praise for Italy? I don't know about you, but to me, it just seemed like praising Italy for something that's pretty basic is a bit like praising a kid for doing their shoelaces or something like that. I don't know. I don't know, honestly.